What's up, YouTube? It's me, Angie. I'm back with another little rant about the Galaxy Fold. A lot of you surprisingly watched and liked what I had to say with my first one, so I figure do a part two. I've had the phone for over the weekend now since I got it, so what I would say now a full week or just over a full week, and they say that the honeymoon period is about a week or two. For me, it's a little less. Um, so I finally got to get into the nitty gritty with the device over the weekend. Didn't have work. I was able just to sit down and really use it on a regular basis, doing regular everyday things with my kids and going out and about and trying different things. And I found some interesting issues. Not that the phone's bad. Don't get me wrong, but with every device, there are cons and pros. So what I found as I used my Fold was there are some apps that are not optimized for the large screen. Now, I don't know why I thought that because it's a folding screen, apps would just uh, blow up as much as they could to fit the screen. Such is not the case. Some apps don't even work. They won't even open properly with the folded screen, but yet they work with the. At least I think they work with the outside screen. I actually didn't try that. Um, Case in point, HBO Go or HBO Now, whatever the HBO app is on Android. I went to watch it, a movie that I had thought about seeing with Liam Nielsen, I think his name is, was coming on Saturday. I was doing my work. I said, you know what? I have the Fold. Let's put it through its paces. And when I went to open the app, it wouldn't open. Well, it opened, but it was way off center. It was towards the it was that way. It was towards the end. You saw the word HBO in the middle, and I guess it was supposed to scroll off screen, and you could get to the movies and all the various shows you can watch, but it never did. You saw the HBO logo in the middle, and over there you saw part of what would be the movie select screen. I don't know if it would do it now, but I know it wouldn't work for me then. Now, ah, with this it's working. So the issue was my other thing that I did. As you can see now, HBO is indeed working. What I had done beforehand, I had changed the launcher, and that's my main gripe. I had changed the launcher to Microsoft Launcher. It's the launcher I used when I had my Razer phone. It's the launcher I used when I had my LG V20 and my V30. It's a launcher I do like a lot. And with the upcoming Surface Duo coming out, I read an article that said they had updated Microsoft Launcher to be more akin to what you would see on the Surface Duo when it came out, or when it does come out. So I decided to put it on the Fold. No, similar devices. They can open, you can move things, multi-window and such. And I found that the launcher caused certain issues with the Fold. First thing I realized, as you know, with the Fold, the outside display is different from the inside display. What you have on the outside is not necessarily what you have on the inside. Here I have these Chrome, my phone, my camera, and when I go over, well, I have my calendar. That's it. I'm not sure where this other window came from. I must have added that at some point. Yes, I did. As you can see, I somehow added an extra window at some point. Yeah, but that's how the fold works. What's out here is not what is in there. When I open up this, as you can see, my home screen is completely different. I got the Instagram, the Play Store, such and such. With the launcher, Microsoft launcher, what was on the inside, it was the exact same thing on the outside. There wasn't that difference. On the outside, you used to have, I like to put my little quick apps, get to it, take a look, be on my way. With that app, it was not the case. What was on the inside of the phone was the same thing on the outside, and you can scroll through it, go to Bing, go to Office, whatever it was, as it appeared inside the phone was outside of the phone. So it would appear that Samsung did some programming trickery to have the phone recognize when it's closed and open and show two different home screens for the user. The other thing that I realized when I had the Microsoft launcher was the calendar didn't fit. A lot of little apps just didn't properly fit when they were open, the widgets and such. And I guess that comes down to optimization of the apps. I didn't think it would be an issue. It's just it's like an Android tablet. As far as I know, most of these apps are optimized for the S6 and whatever other Android tablets might be out there. And I really viewed the Fold as just an Android tablet that can open up, that has phone privileges. Apparently, it is not. My calendar wouldn't sync up right. As I told you, HBO wouldn't sync up right. Some websites wouldn't load the video, which I found odd. When I went to the Samsung browser, no. When I went to the Chrome browser, yes. And that this was all through Microsoft. Now, when I took off the launcher, everything started to work again. So I'm not exactly sure what that particular issue is, but they're going to have to do something about that if they want to expand who can use their app, especially with the onslaught of foldable phones coming. You don't want someone to have a Galaxy Fold or a Mi Mix Alpha or the Razr and want to use your app, and it just doesn't fit the format right. So that was something that I know. It was bothersome, but I kind of expected to be some hiccups. Everything works right with everything, but I was surprised, especially with a Microsoft app. They know what they're doing, so it was odd that it didn't fit the Fold right. Now I heard that Nova Launcher is the same thing. A lot of the apps don't function properly when you load Nova Launcher onto the Fold. I haven't tried it myself. I do have Nova Launcher on my Razr phone. Great to use. I've gone used to it, but I think with the Fold, I'm going to stick with the Samsung launcher because it does offer that many perks and none of the hiccups. For example, the multi window. I've shown you guys this before. I'm sure you've seen it on all of the various videos. You just slide out from the screen, and you can open up whatever you want. And boom, there it is. There goes your home screen. There goes the multi window. No, there's a glare. You can't really see it too well. But with the Microsoft launcher, you couldn't do that. Not from the home screen. If you went into any other app, whether it be the web, not Instagram, that doesn't work with multi-window, strange. But the web or Word or most other apps, then you had access to your multi-window. But from the home screen, when you tried to access it, it would open things in a little pop-up window in the middle of the screen. So it was still multi-window, but it was an actual window that you can move around and so on. So that was a difference there that caught my eye. But I do like to go into my multi Windows settings and do whatever I am doing, and still be able to move my little stuff around as I choose. I don't have to. I can be on my home screen and still be doing other stuff. I use the multi-window feature. So when the Microsoft launcher was unable to do that from the home screen, it gave me pause. Like, why? Why is this not working? So suffice to say, I took off the Microsoft launcher. It's a great launcher. I loved having access to all of my computer work and such right from my phone. Now that I can't do that through the various Microsoft apps that I have on my phone, but it was good to be in the Microsoft environment. It's very comfortable to me. Slide over, I have my OneNote and my Word and all of that. Not in an app, just I can just type stuff up and it saves automatically. I've grown very accustomed to it. With the Fold, it just doesn't work right. So that is something to take into account if you plan on getting this device, or if you have the device and you're trying to spruce it up a bit. That's one thing about Android. You can customize to your liking the backgrounds, the launchers, and so on. But with the Fold, there seems to be limitations. Simply because of the form factor, the way it opens, it folds, the screen dimensions. This isn't your typical 6-inch or 7-inch screen for a phone, and many things just aren't made to do with this size just yet. Google is working with all the various OEMs to make sure that apps work for all these folding devices that are coming. Um, the Fold is proof of that because most things work. You can fold and unfold and so on and so forth. And most apps you open work just fine. And if they don't, you close it, then reopen it. Boom, you're good. Another issue that I found is I'm an avid user of Samsung DeX. I know that might sound odd to some people, but I don't have much use for super high end machines. I write. That's pretty much it. I write and I surf the web. I recently got into trying to edit these little videos for YouTube. I'm not very proficient at it yet, but it's fun. It's a nice little hobby to get into, and as I do more of these, you might start to see little edits here and there, cuts and paste and overlays. But I say that to say, on Dex, they have Adobe Rush and other video editing tools. Now on my, I don't know where I even put it right now. Oh, I'm recording on it. On my notes, I have these apps. When I plug in my notes with my USB-C to my laptop, Dex pops up fine, and that's where I do most of my work. I was doing the editing and web surfing and getting my pictures for my Instagram page and all that just fine. But I have a Fold. So I said, well, if I am supposed to retire my Note eventually, because it's no longer getting the new Samsung updates and all that, they stopped it at the Note 8. The Note 9 will, but the Note 8, I think probably a few more security updates and that's it. End of life. So if I was to make my Fold my daily driver, because I would retire my Note 8, I want to make sure that things were working. Yes, I would have to lose the S Pen, but I'd probably even get a Note 9 or maybe even a Note 10 when the price drops. But lo and behold, Dex would not work. Now, I don't know if it's because of the cord, which I don't think it should have been a problem because it worked with my Note 8 just fine. Plug it in, boom, Dex pops up and we're good to go. I'm working, and that's what I've been doing for how many months now, ever since one UI was available. But when I plug in the Dex, I mean the Fold, it tells me to use genuine Samsung products for optimal performance from Dex, and nothing pops up. Now, truth be told, the cord I have is not a Samsung USB-C to USB-C cord. It's not. It's the cord that came with the device that I use. It's an HP laptop, and it's just a screen and a keyboard with speakers. There's no internal. It's made to hook up your phone to blow up the screen to use it as in a PC mode. That's what the whole device is for, and it works with my Windows phone for Continuum, and it works with my Note for Dex. Even before the One UI update, when I plugged it in, it would just mirror the screen, and that worked too. Yes, it wasn't the full PC experience with all moving the windows around and so on. But when you need a bigger screen and you were trying to do something on the phone, it worked wonderfully. Now the Fold will not read, or maybe the laptop won't read the Fold, but nothing comes up. The phone says it's in Dex mode, and it's telling me to use the right cord, and it's telling me I can use the phone to mirror, blah 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 blah. But on the lap dock itself, nothing comes up. So I am going to try to get the official Samsung Dex cord. I don't know what the difference could be. Maybe the wiring, maybe there's a chip in it so the phone knows it's from Samsung. I could not say, but I'm going to try to get that cord and see if that will cause Dex to activate on the dock. Because if I'm going to use this, it has to be able to replace everything or most of what my Note could do. Because I know I'll lose the headphone jack, I'll lose the S Pen, but the Note will still be there. But this is the more powerful device, and I've had the Note for a while. I just don't want to have to compromise what I'm used to doing with this too much to use this. As much as I love tech, I like efficiency better. I like my stuff to work how I need it to work as opposed to how it wants me to work. That's why I'm not big on Apple and iPads and iPhones and all of that. You have to change so much of what you do to get those to work for you, as opposed to Samsungs, and not Samsungs in general, but Android and such, where you can get it to work how you need it to work because they're so open. So that is another issue I found with the Fold. Dex, at least with my cord and my setup, did not work, but it worked with my other Samsung device, so that gave me pause. I had to question why. And I actually went to Best Buy and I asked them, and this is an issue that I have. This is a bit off topic, but I don't like when I go to these establishments that are supposed to know about their tech, and they're on the floor and they're talking to you as if they know what they're talking about, not realizing that you also know what they're talking about, and what they're saying is just not true. I'll go in there and they won't realize that I'm more versed in the topic than they are. I just need their opinion, not for them to rant on about what they obviously aren't aware of. I went into the store and I asked the worker, "Is this the cord for Dex?" She had no idea what Dex even was. I don't understand how you worked in the Samsung booth at Best Buy and don't know all of Samsung's wares. Dex has been part of the Samsung Gal- Galaxy line since what, the S 6? No, was it 6? The Note 7, the Note 8. Well, whenever it came, it's been years, and she did not know what Dex was. So she went and she led me to another employee of the area, and an older guy, looked like he knew what he was talking about. And I asked him, "Hey, on my Note, just like I explained, when I try to activate Dex on my laptop, it works. But I recently got the Fold. I showed him the Fold, and said it will not work. What might that issue be?" And this guy told me, "Oh, Dex is not on that phone yet." He said Samsung will issue an update to activate Dex on the phone. Now, to my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong, But my phone told me Dex is activated. He said, yeah, Dex is here. But the cord you're using is not the Samsung cord, so it's not going to appear on your lap dock. But the phone did enter Dex mode. So maybe there's some truth to it. But when I looked it up, the Fold had Dex. There wasn't any updates required. It's there, plug it in and go. So I don't know if he just thought I didn't know what I was asking, what I was talking about, because they tend to talk down to like you're an imbecile because they work in these tech stores. But just because I don't work in a tech store does not mean I'm not well versed in today's tech. At least some of it, especially what I come to you for. I never go there not knowing. I go there for opinions and options as to what I can do to get what I want to get done. It's not that I don't know. So when he told me that Dex isn't on the Fold yet, I just said, okay, I didn't belittle him. I didn't make him feel dumb. Because I know Dex is there. I know it's probably the cord. Because yes, it's not a Samsung cord. And the phone told me, get the right cord. Maybe I was lucky with the note as to why it works. Because I did read, not all third-party cords will work with all Samsung devices to activate Dex. But that's all I need to know. If the cord they had because it was a Samsung cord, would activate Dex on the Fold, and he told me Dex isn't even on the Fold. Bothersome human beings. Issues with that. Anyway, I digress. So that's one of the things there, or some of the issues I've been having with the Fold so far. None of it is a deal breaker. It's still the most exciting device I've used in a very long time. I just do hope that some of those issues, especially with the various launchers, are fixed. Because I, for one, as I love the Samsung launcher, it's great. I would prefer to have Microsoft launcher on this device. But the fact that a lot of the apps and widgets don't properly open or fit the screen or whatever the case might be, it's not that it's not usable, it's not enjoyable to use, because you end up missing a lot of the features that the Fold has that that make it stand out. So that's pretty much it. Anything else? No, that's pretty much that's my rant for today. Good phone, love it. Good device. Um, I do need something to complement this phone. I have my Gear S3 to complement my Note 8. I've had this watch for a while, years since it first came out. Works wonderfully. The one UI upgrade came to the watch. The battery works so much better. The dial, everything. I love this watch. But there's a new one, and I do want to try it out, see how well it goes with this, out with the old, in with the new type of thing. Well, I'll let you guys know how that goes. It'll be on some YouTube video. I'm gonna see if I can do one or two of these a weekend unboxing of something, how I feel about whatever it might be. So yeah, if you watched this whole thing, thanks for being there with me, for talking with me. I do enjoy the comments that you guys leave, so feel free to leave more. Feel free to subscribe. It helps grow the page. If it gets anywhere, I'll be truly blessed, and I'll have all of you to thank. So until next time, it's me, NG, and this is what I'm into. Later.